and welcome to this Friday's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young, and while we're still in one of the slowest periods in sports, there's still some fun stuff to cover, so I'll get right to it. Starting with the NBA, the free agency period is upon us, and there have already been some pretty big moves. Last weekend, and arguably the biggest move so far, guard Marcus Smart agreed to a contract buyout with the Washington Wizards and subsequently signed a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Los Angeles Lakers after clearing waivers. Smart was the 2022 Defensive Player of the Year with the Boston Celtics, leading them to an NBA Finals appearance where they would lose in 6 games to the Golden State Warriors. He also is 3-time All-Defense first-team member, and after leaving Boston, Smart spent 1 season with the Memphis Grizzlies before being traded to the Washington Wizards. It was reported that Luka Doncic played a large part in recruiting Marcus Smart to the Lakers. The Lakers also reached an agreement on a 2-year deal with free agent center DeAndre Ayton, adding some much-needed size to their roster. Ayton was the #1 overall pick back in 2018 and played a pivotal role in the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals run back in 2021. Another big name that is heading to a new/old team is 12-time All-Star Chris Paul. The free agent point guard is returning for his 21st season and potentially his final season, this time running it back with the Los Angeles Clippers. Paul played for the Clippers for 6 seasons from 2011 to 2017, during which he was a 5-time All-Star. He was also selected to 5 All-NBA teams, the most in franchise history. And he had 4,023 assists with the Clippers, also the most in their history. Paul, who was selected 4th by the New Orleans Hornets in 2005 and was named the NBA's Rookie of the Year that season, has 12,499 assists and 2,717 steals in his career, second all-time in both categories. It seems the theme this NBA season has been players returning to their former teams. Last week, 9-time NBA All-Star Damian Lillard agreed to a 3-year, $42 million contract to return to the Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard was waived by the Milwaukee Bucks earlier this month, in part due to him tearing his left Achilles in late April in Game 4 of the Bucks' first-round playoff series with the Indiana Pacers, and then following that, undergoing surgery in early May. Lillard spent 11 seasons with the Trail Blazers, making 7 All-Star appearances and 7 All-NBA teams. He led Portland to the playoffs 8 times, including a Western Conference Finals appearance in 2018. He ranks 1st in team history in points and three-pointers, and 2nd in assists. Including the regular season and playoffs, Lillard has 7 55-point games with the Trailblazers. No other player in franchise history has any such games. There have been a few other moves here and there, but when the major announcements drop, I'll be sure to report them here. Moving over to the NFL, last week I reported on a ton of new record-breaking contracts that have been signed. If you recall, at the end of the segment, I said that by the time that show aired, there'll probably be another record-breaking contract. Turns out, I was right. Pittsburgh Steelers edge rusher TJ Watt agreed to a 3-year extension that will make him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history again. Watt agreed to a 3-year, $123 million extension with $108 million fully guaranteed. While that's an absurd amount of money, it's well-deserved. Watt leads the NFL with 73.5 sacks in the past 5 seasons. As the 2021 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Watt led the league in sacks for 3 of his 8 seasons, and he led in forced fumbles twice, including last season. He truly is one of the most dominant defensive players, potentially in NFL history. Speaking of NFL football, we'll get to see live football next week. The Detroit Lions will play the Los Angeles Chargers in the 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame game at 5 p.m. on Thursday, July 31st in Canton, Ohio, as part of the Hall of Fame's Enshrinement Week. While the game itself is not the most exciting, to be honest, considering that starters and often second-string players don't even touch the field, the event is more so to highlight this year's Hall of Fame inductees. The 4 players this year receiving their gold jackets are Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp. The class of 2025 will be enshrined in the hall at 1 p.m. on Saturday, August 2nd at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, right where the game will be played next Thursday. In the coming weeks, I'll do my annual NFL season preview, where I give a look at how teams are looking heading into the season and give a few predictions and see how it all might play out. The kickoff of the college football season is just around the corner as well. The first games of the season will begin on August 23rd, and just like last year, the season will start in Dublin, Ireland. Iowa State and Kansas State will head to Dublin for the first game on ESPN of the year, and kickoff is at 9 a.m. Obviously, I'll cover the start of the season more as the season draws closer. Scottie Scheffler is still on top of the PGA, and he secured another win last weekend to maintain that position. Scheffler scored a 68 on Sunday to cruise to a 4-stroke victory in the Open Championship at Royal Portrush. The number one golfer in the world finished at a whopping 17 under par, delivering yet another dominant performance to win his second major this year and grab the third leg of the career Grand Slam. Here's some statistics that show just how dominant he's been in the past few years. On Sunday, Scheffler became just the fourth player in Open Championship history to shoot 68 or better in all 4 rounds. Scheffler already won the PGA Championship by 5 shots this year. He won the Masters last year by 4 shots and the Masters in 2022 by 3 shots. Before Sunday, no one had ever won each of their first 4 major titles by 3 shots or more. He also became just the third golfer to win multiple majors by 4 or more strokes in a single year. Scheffler has won 20 times worldwide since February of 2022, and this was the 11th straight time he turned a 54-hole lead into a victory. As of this week, he's been ranked number 1 in the world for 117 consecutive weeks. While that number is pretty incredible, here's some perspective. Scheffler would need to remain as the number 1 golfer in the world from now until September of 2028 to tie Tiger Woods' record of 281 consecutive weeks as the top golfer in the world, a streak that lasted him almost 5.5 years. There's no doubt Scheffler will go down as one of the greatest golfers in PGA history, but it's easy to forget just how dominant Tiger Woods was in his prime. With all that said, be sure to enjoy as many sports as you can this weekend. There's still MLB regular season, Formula 1 races, golf, WNBA basketball, and a lot more to enjoy. Come right back next week for more of the top highlights and news stories from all across the sports world. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend. I'll see you in August.